Hello, welcome to yoga. It's nice to be here. Today is Wednesday and we're back into solar plexus, so a lot of yellow. And welcome, namaste. Okay, so a lot of breath today. I know breath is about the heart chakra, but it is also about the solar plexus as we learn to really draw our abs in and contract. So we will be moving slower, and you could always stay at that slower pace. And then there's times where I will move faster. You can try that as well. Just be careful for, passing out or other things that could happen like hyperventilation. So just be aware of yourself and take your pace. All right, as we get started, we're going to come into our Sankalpa. It is, I am strong and renewed. So let me move back. All right, we're finding our seat nice and comfortable here. You want to make sure knees are hip width distance apart. My feet are nice and grounded. If you have a stool there at home or a chair that moves, you're going to want to find a stable chair. And it's okay if you have a stool as long as you can bring your soles of the feet down. If not, maybe blocks underneath or a step. All right, from here, let's go ahead and just bring one hand over the low abs, one hand to about the heart center here, the center of the chest. And we're just going to come into a 360-degree breath. So that means I want you to expand all the way around. I want you to feel this throughout the abs in the midsection. So sitting nice and tall here, let's start with inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Let's do this 2 more times. Now that you've slowed the breath, you've really let that exhale happen, we're going to bring the breath in and out of the nose. Here, your focus is in the midsection. You're looking to expand with air and space. And to exhale, drawing in navel to spine towards the spine. You don't have to suck it in too much here at this point. We're just having our breath. Try to allow that expansion breath and the exhale a gentle draw in. Now, as you get used to this rhythm here, this is when you're going to repeat the words in your mind. You're welcome to repeat them outside if you would like to. It is, I am strong and renewed. I am strong and renewed. I am strong and renewed. And just really starting to feel into the strength of your navel. So as you inhaled, you can feel that expansion. But now let's focus on the exhale where we're drawing the navel into spine. You're still going to stay seating tall. We're going to do this a few more times. So we're still expanding that 360 degrees, but now we're bringing in navel to spine. We're concentrating a little bit more on the exhale now. Three more times. Last one. All right, from there you could welcome the eyes open again. Maybe draw the toes up towards your knees or shins. My heels are still planted, hip width distance apart. Let's inhale, bring the arms up, stretching and lengthening up. And then exhale, let the feet come down and slowly bend an elbow. Find an inhale, maybe you look up. You don't have to look up, you can look forward as well. And then move to the opposite side so that when we inhale, we're stretching through that one arm, the other arm is relaxed. So you find the exhale transition, the inhale reaching. You can move with the breath, stretching like you're trying to get to that top cupboard, that item that's just barely out of reach. And the exhales, you find that nice transition relaxation. And you could always find neutral during that transition. And then looking back up, we're going to do this one more time on each side. And let's exhale. As we exhale, let's go ahead and interlace the fingers. Bring it behind the head. Press the head back into the hands. You're opening up through the shoulders. Shoulders relax, opening up through the elbows. Let's press the soles of the feet down. We're going to find a nice deep inhale, lengthening through the spine, maybe even dropping the chin a little. And then exhale, find a twist. Inhale through center. And exhale, twist. Inhale through center. And exhale, twist. Inhale. And exhale. Deep breaths. All right, that's 3 times. Let's go ahead and just drive the arms up and over. And we're going to exhale warrior 2 arms with this next one. And then inhale, bring it up. Exhale warrior 2 arms. Inhale, take it all the way up and over. Now as we exhale, let's float the arms down. Hand to that lateral side of the leg, other hand maybe behind us at the chair. If we're at a stool, back behind us and down. Roll the shoulders back and down. Try and lift through the heart space, draw the abs in, and just find a little extra twist. Try not to overdo it here, so don't push yourself into something that is uncomfortable. Just allow that little extra twist. One more breath. Gently release forward, unwinding. Inhale, let's bring the arms up and over. We're going to exhale, warrior 2, twist. And then from that warrior 2, release, relax the arms down, grabbing a hold of the lateral side of your leg, a hold of the chair or bottom of your stool. Try to lift through the heart space, relax the shoulders, and just come back into breath. And let's gently exhale, releasing that. As we inhale, we're going to take it all the way up over. We want to come into our forward fold. So nice planted feet, forward fold. You're coming forward and down towards the lap. And then let's inhale, lengthen back through the back, strong abs, strong back as we lift all the way up through that flat back. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's inhale, bring it up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. From there, let's glide one hand down. That hand down is coming across your lap to the lateral side of the leg. The other hand, we're going to bring it all the way up and over. Now, once again, you could keep the gaze straight forward here with me, or you could bring the gaze up towards the palm that faces you. You could even look to the fingertips. Now, as we exhale, you're finding planted feet, planted glutes, and you're reaching overhead. As you inhale, we're just bringing it back up through center. Exhale again, you're coming over the head, you're hanging on to that leg. Inhale, let's take it back up. Exhale, sweep it over. Inhale, take it up. We're going to find 2 more here at your own pace. You're finding the exhale sweeping up and over. The inhales draw you back into alignment. And our last one, exhale. Inhale, taking it back up. And as we exhale, we're unwinding again. You're just gently bringing those hands back to heart center. From heart center, interlace those fingers, draw back through the spine, scoop the abs round through the pelvis, chin into chest, pull the shoulders and hand package forward. As we inhale, let's flip the palms, soften those elbows, and just lengthen all the way up and over. So even squeeze those shoulders up to the ears. And let's exhale. Take it back into fist package. Draw forward, scooping through the abs. Inhale, take it back through length. Shrug the shoulders all the way up to the ears. And exhale. On the next three, you can welcome looking upward if that's good for you, if you want that extra. So when you come back up and over here, you can bring the gaze up if you would like, just as long as you squeeze those shoulders up. And let's exhale, round the back. We have one more. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, round the back. Inhale, we're just gonna lengthen the spine, hands to heart here. And just exhale, let the feet be grounded. From there, let's glide opposite hand down across to that lap. Other hand comes up. You can choose to bring the gaze forward to neutral, or you can bring the gaze up towards the hand. From here, you're extending and lengthening up. You're hanging on to the leg. And as you exhale, you're allowing that arm hand to come overhead. And then inhale back up to length. Exhale, it's just a sway, a gentleness overhead. And the inhale rises you back up. Exhale, softening. Inhale, lengthening. Two more. And last one. Let's exhale, unwind, gently bring it back to hands to heart here. We're gonna inhale, bring the arms all the way up and over. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, press through the legs, lift through a flat back, bring it all the way up, and exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's inhale, take it back up and over, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Now from there, let's scoot it back. You could release those hands. We're gonna scoot it all the way back into our chair. I like the comfort of knowing that my chair is there. So hopefully you have something, a step stool if your feet do rise. You're gonna bring hands here to the chair. We're coming into our sit-ups. So you're gonna inhale, relax the shoulders, lengthen through the spine. Right now my feet aren't touching, but as I lean forward, they will. Exhale, hinge forward. You're gonna press down to the soles of the feet. Gentle pressure on that seat to lift the glutes about an inch or two. You wanna keep length here throughout the back. Your toes might be rising up. That's a good sign. Means your weight is into the back of your heels, and that's where you want it, is in the backs of your legs here. So let's find one more breath as we still have a hold of our chair touching. And exhale, release down. As we release down, let's go ahead and find dorsiflexion. Let's lift those arms up and over. And exhale, warrior two, palms facing down, extending through here. Let's point the toes, find another breath. And exhale, toes towards us. And gently release all the way down. Hands back to the chair. Plant the feet if you can. Hinge forward, flat back, and then gently press up. This time while you're up, you can try a few different things. We can bring one hand to the knee, and then we can bring the next hand to the knee. Let's find one breath. And then gently bring one hand to the chair again, and the other hand to the chair. Take another breath. And as we exhale, release back down into your chair. Let's inhale, point the toes this time as we raise those hands all the way up. And exhale, warrior two, arms as we find dorsiflexion. And let's go ahead and flip those palms up. Inhale, point the toes, reach it up. And exhale, flip the palms facing down, come back to dorsiflexion, warrior two, arms. Let's release that all the way down. We're gonna hinge forward again. Inhale, lift the glutes. Pause there. Decide whether you want both hands on knees or both hands still touching the chair. From there, Wherever you're at, whether you're touching the chair or hands on knees, we're gonna move one further step. Let's bring up one heel, just rising one heel. And then release that heel down. Rise the opposite heel. You're lifting up to the ball of the foot, toes and ball of the foot is stable. Release that heel. Take one more breath. If you are hands on knees, maybe you bring those hands back to the chair to allow you to know it's still there for you, and release all the way down. Let's inhale, point the toes, bring the arms up, and exhale, dorsiflexion, warrior two arms, palms facing down. Flip the palms again, point the toes, inhale up. And palms down, exhale, warrior two arms, dorsiflex, and release all the way down. We're gonna do it again. So hinging forward, gently pressing up, pausing there for that breath, deciding, do I want hands on knees or do I want hands on the chair? Because we are gonna move into one more. We're gonna go ahead and lift now the opposite foot. So whatever foot you started off with that first one, you're lifting the opposite. And we're gonna take it to one more breath. And then you're gonna gently release that. Now the other foot, the heel, is gonna come up. And remember, we're taking it to that extra breath. And gently release. From there, sweep the hands to the chair and release down. This time, come to dorsiflexion. Maybe take the hands towards the back bottom of the chair or the back part of the chair, whichever. And then you're gonna open up to that straddle. Inhale and exhale, bring it close. Inhale and exhale. And this gives our legs plenty of leverage because we're all the way back in our chair. So we have lots of leverage to extend all the way through. We're gonna do this one more time. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and point those toes. And let's do a little bit of swimming here. So you're just gonna do light swimming. We're pointing those toes. Legs are really tight, so my kneecaps are tight. My upper thighs are really tight. Still hanging on to the back of the seat. Let's take one more breath. And gently float those feet down. All right, let's take it wide here. As we take it wide, we're gonna get nice and stable, knees to ankles, toes pointing out. Let's go ahead and move through a warrior two, a side angle. So what that's gonna look like is, let's just go ahead and start off with warrior two arms. And we're gonna move with this one. So when I talk about that, it's bend one elbow, palm comes up, bring that arm down, flip the palm up, inhale, up and over to that side angle. Exhale, take it back up through warrior two. And then the other side, you're gonna bring that forearm down, palm up, and reach over to that side, hopefully finding an inhale. We'll get this rhythm. So exhale, you're finding that transition, and hopefully finding that inhale as we reach overhead. And exhale through that transition of warrior two. Inhale, side angle, reaching overhead. Exhale. And inhale. And it's okay if it takes you a couple of breaths. Maybe you're moving slower than me. Or maybe you have the exhale stretching overhead and the inhale through center. Welcome that as well. We have a few more of these. We're trying to warm up through our torso, through our back, through our waist, our shoulders, our hips, our arms. All right, last set here. So reaching overhead, finding that transition through warrior two, and then reaching overhead. All right, from here, while we are right here, hands on our knees, above our knees actually, so above that. And I'm starting to hinge forward just a little bit, using my arm strength. My elbows are bent out to the side here. And I'm gonna find first lion's breath for the first two. So I'm gonna exhale, I'm gonna hinge forward just a little bit more. But as I exhale, I'm gonna do lion's breath. So it's gonna look like tongue that hangs out, I'm gonna try to cross my eyes here right between my brows, so you're wanting to look at your third eye, and it's just on the exhale that you're doing that. The inhale, you're inhaling through the nose. So go ahead and inhale here, and exhale. Release that. So when you're doing that, it's a lot of facial work, but you're also gonna draw those abs in and squeeze just as tight as you can. So we're gonna try and squeeze all the air out. Let's do that one more time. Go ahead and shut the mouth. It might even make you cough. So take a moment if you need to breathe, if you need to drink a water. I'm gonna take a moment here too. Let's just exhale forward. Inhale, press through the arms, lifting up. And exhale forward. Inhale. One more time. Exhale forward, flat back. And inhale back up. All right, that lion's breath did me in. So have a drink of water for a moment. We are gonna come to fire breath. Okay. So drink plenty of water with all this breath. Let's find it just where we're comfortable. You don't have to be spreading out so much that you're finding a stretch in those inner thighs. You just wanna be comfortable again and aligned. All right, from here, we're gonna move right into our fire breath. So with this, again, the tongue does hang out, and that's kind of why we did the lion's breath. I wanted to get you more involved with the exhale, the tension moving into the navel. So let's relax our shoulders if we can. You can still hinge forward a little bit. You can bring a hand over the abs. I'm gonna hang my tongue out to about my chin. It helps to find a drishti point or close the eyes. With this one, you don't have to look between your eyes. It's not lion's breath. So you're just finding a focal point for you, because you want to concentrate only on your exhales. So you're not worrying about the 3/4 inhale that happens automatically. You're worried about the exhale, drawing in. So you really want to do in, navel to spine here. That's what this is about, pumping the abs. So starting here, find your drishti point. We're going to start off with the tongue hanging out. And close the mouth. You'll notice that the abs only are moving. Now go ahead and close the lips and just take a few breaths. You might drink a little bit of water. So with that, if you do feel a little bit of head change here, a little bit of lightheaded, maybe you take a few extra deep breaths of just relaxing that breath. So you don't want to go so fast that you catch yourself out of breath, pass out, or have any of those symptoms. You just want to be able to feel that contraction of the abs. So we're going to move it from the tongue sticking out. Now the tongue sticking out just really helped me concentrate on my abs. It always does. So you notice that it isn't a lot of this, although in the beginning it may look like that. You may look like your shoulders coming up and your abs moving in. But eventually you're really trying to concentrate on the shoulders relaxing, and it's all about this midsection. So let's do it with an O for our mouth. We're gonna concentrate again. You can bring a hand here to help you. Remember to exhale. So it's 3/4 breath in, the exhale is accentuated. Go ahead and seal your lips. This time, let's take it up and over, really stretching through the abs. And exhale, palms come together, hands to heart. Inhale, let's take it up and over. Exhale, releasing down again. This time, we're taking it in and out of the nose. This time, I'm gonna take it slow. Then I'm gonna go fast and take it back to slow. You can move with me, you can stay it slow. Again, relax those shoulders, abs. Inhale, 3/4 breath. I'm gonna move it back to slow. Last one. Release that. Relax the shoulders, maybe palms up. Let's take 3 breaths of just relaxing that breath. Coming back to a normal breath. All right, from there, let's go ahead and take palms facing down. You can also do hands in front at this chair. We are hinging forward, we are coming back into those legs. So you could do palms face down or hands in chair. You're coming flat back, elbows out, and then lifting the glutes. So if the chair, your arms are gonna be lengthened with this. If you're on your knees, the elbows can still be bent. You're barely coming up here. Let's lift one heel. Remember to take a breath. So as you relax the heel, it's an exhale. On an inhale, lift the opposite heel. And then again, as you find your exhale, you can release that heel. We're gonna move to the other heel again. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Inhale, lift the other side. And exhale, release. Let's see if we can inhale, lift both heels. And exhale, release. Release all the way down to the chair. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, warrior 2 arms. As you take the warrior 2 arms, palms face down. Let's look over one side. This time it's 6 slow fire breaths. So what I mean by that is still a 3/4 breath inhale. But then when you exhale, fully exhale and contract. Now bring the gaze forward, palms flip up. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, let's take it up. Exhale, palms out, bend the elbows, find cactus. We have our goddess pose. Now in our goddess pose, let's press down to the soles of the feet. Let's activate our inner thighs, our legs completely. Pressing down into the soles of the feet, fully active legs here. Abs are active as they draw in and support you. And now the shoulders are relaxed, but you're pulling the shoulder blades back together towards the back. Let's find 2 breaths. Gently release all the way down. Now as you have hands on the knees here, relax the shoulders, let the head tilt to one side. Let's inhale, lift through the center. Exhale, tilt the head to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, finding that tilt. Inhale, center. And exhale, relaxing ear to shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. From here, inhale, stay here. And this time, look down as you exhale. Look towards that shoulder. Bring the chin towards the armpit. Take another breath. Now see if you can relax the chin down. See if you can start to press it across the chest until you come to center of the chest. From there, let's inhale, just bring it to neutral. And then you're gonna exhale, opposite shoulder releases the ear. And then let's take the gaze and start to look towards that shoulder, towards that elbow. Chin moves towards the armpit. Take another breath. Now, as you release that breath, let the chin scoot across the chest. It may never touch the chest for some of us, but you're just letting it drop and move towards center. And then inhale, let's bring it back to neutral here. From there, let's take the warrior 2 arms. We're going to take our gaze over the opposite side. And again, press down through the soles of the feet. We're coming back to those 5 deep breaths where we exhale completely out. So the exhale, we're drawing completely out with an extra squeeze at the end, starting here. Bring the head back to neutral. Let's release the hands, this time to the back or bottom of the chair. You can grab a hold of the back, keep soft elbows, and then extend the heart forward, pulling forward. So activate those abs, activate the heart space. Let the shoulders now squeeze back just as much, and then draw chin into chest as you squeeze those shoulder blades back. As you find an inhale, relax the shoulders, maybe look forward here. As you find the exhale, let's squeeze those shoulders back, contract the abs, chin into chest. Inhale, relax the shoulders, bring the gaze forward to neutral. Exhale again, chin into chest, squeeze those shoulder blades back. And inhale, we're going to lift gently all the way back up. Let's go ahead and bring hands here. We're going to heel toe back. And I just glanced at the time, so let's get ready for Shavasana. We've breathed. We've had a lot of breath today, so time to relax. All right, well, with all that breath, hopefully you guys are drinking lots of water. I found that I needed some even during our breathing right after. All right, those of us that are at home, hi Rue, it's nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well there. Okay, so those of us that are here, oh, if I forgot to mention names, today it's Jerry, Paula, and Anna. So thank you for coming, and thanks, Rue, for coming online. It's nice to see you again. All right, so this is our Yoga Nidra portion. This is where we get nice and relaxed in our chair, wherever we're at, there at home. Maybe it's an office chair if you're in your office and you have that 10-15 minutes just to relax. You're going to look at just relaxing the legs. Shavasana pose, usually we have legs wide open. And if not legs, it's knees that are open. Make sure those of us at home, though, have support under our knees or under our legs to give our low back some support. You want to lay back into your back. If you happen to be on a chair, maybe you're pressing into the chair, you're kind of relaxing down. And instead of keeping the gaze forward here, let the chin drop a little bit. And those of us that are laying back and down, allow the chin to drop towards the neck space, just to lengthen the back of the neck here. Relax all the way through the back, through the glutes, and all the way down through the legs. As you come into your position, maybe you have the palms face upward, ready to receive here, ready to relax, and ready to just absorb breath and relaxation as you release tension. So as you soften the eyes, maybe you're still finding little last movements of fingers, toes, hands and wrists, maybe the head and neck. You're just looking to settle into your space. Being aware of the position of your body for just a few more breaths. Are you completely relaxed? And can you completely relax and let go here? Have you found just the right space to release and feel comfortable? Allowing yourself to feel supported as we move into a deep state of relaxation, allowing the legs to be a bit wider apart for the hips, for the pelvis and the back, the arms to be away from the body so the shoulders can relax. And then again, letting the chin drop towards the neck space. Helping the head relax. With your mind and body grounded and your senses flowing, let's begin to generate heat with our breath by just bringing our focus down to the solar plexus. This is between the sternum and the navel, or the center of the chest and the navel. It resides between front and back of the body, both sides of the body, usually between the rib cage. You might imagine the color yellow, or you might imagine the sun, a golden color. And you're just breathing into this space, activating the space with each and every breath. You're feeling the belly rise and fall. And you're intentionally bringing in fire into this space, as the element is fire. You could visualize the sun as it's made of fire and gas. As you bring that in, that visualization of heat and fire, allowing it to warm you, to warm your senses, to warm the body. As we build our heat and energy, we build our fire from the center of the solar plexus, our Manipura chakra. This is so that we can carry out tasks, we can complete an action, or make something happen for ourselves. as we always remind ourselves to use the skill of discernment, knowing when to take a stand and when to just sit it out. Taking a moment to allow yourself to accept what is. This way we can deepen our awareness and connect to our true self as we come to our Sankalpa. I am strong and renewed. I am strong and renewed. I am strong and renewed. As you repeat the words in the mind, in your breath, you're starting to feel those words. Allow yourself to feel the strength of the navel within your navel. Allow the cells in the body to feel renewed by allowing yourself to completely relax, to let go of any to-do lists, any thoughts or actions, and just relax. As you notice the breath, it allows the belly to rise and fall. As you notice this relaxation, you're moving your awareness all the way down to the toes. All 10 toes relaxing. And while you relax the body, relaxing the toes, you're also connecting to your senses, to this relaxation, to the toes, as they connect to the feet, the soles of the feet that bring you throughout your journey, relaxing, connecting, softening through both angles. Lower legs, release, softening through both knees and relaxing the upper legs. Allowing the hips to soften. Feeling connected and relaxed in the lower portion of our body. Just allowing the sensation of relaxation to connect and move through the lower portion of the body. As we come to the pelvis, both hips relax. You find our sacral space deep within the pelvis, between both hips and above the pubis bone, below the navel. Relaxing here with breath as we allow ourselves to connect with joy, and fluidity, and then releasing all the way down to the pubis bone, to the coccyx bone, to the space between the tailbone and the pubis bone. As we relax here, we feel stable, calm, comfortable. We feel received, relaxed. As we feel completely supported, relaxing through the glutes and through the downward facing triangle of the sacrum, which is attached to the pelvis behind us. relaxing, softening into the low back. As we release our midsection, we notice the navel rise and fall with relaxation. We notice the back releasing and relaxing. And as we move through the midsection, we move higher into the back. We're starting to move into the upper back, where the ribs attach, where we can release and relax the breath. We can release and relax both shoulder blades. As we find the space between the shoulder blades, releasing and relaxing with breath. Slowly moving up through the shoulders, through the back of the neck, to the base of the skull, relaxing the back of the head. The sides of the head as the ears relax. The crown of the head, we feel a softening and relaxation that moves down through the head space, allowing our mind to relax, our forehead smoothed and relaxed as we find the space between the brows. Allowing a breath or two here as we clear the mind. As we expand, bring in space and relax our facial muscles, releasing through the jaw, through the front part of the neck, to the base of the neck. Relaxing here as we relax through the clavicles, both shoulders, and all the way down to all 10 fingertips. Breathing through the arms, relaxing the arms, softening through the fingers and the fingertips. Feeling that connection once again, moving in through the fingers into the palms of the hands, to both wrists, forearms, both elbows, softening upper arms, relaxing shoulders, clavicles, all the way back to the base of the neck. Taking a moment to feel the breath move through the crown of the head, through the third eye space, through the throat space, and now relaxing into the chest. You might feel into the breath pathway as you relax inside and outside of the body. As you draw those nice, relaxing breaths moving through the chest, center of the chest. Or we might find connection here to others. And a basic freedom of breath, of opening the heart space and then relaxing down back to our solar plexus area. Focusing your attention on the breath as it moves back into our Manipura, back into our solar plexus area. As this is between the navel and the heart space. As we breathe, we're visualizing a friendly fire within our belly, within our abs. And this friendly fire is a part of you as it helps you digest, not only digesting food to turn into energy, but digesting life's happenings and being able to turn that into wisdom. As we stoke this friendly fire with our breath, moving in and out of the abs, we feel the warmth of this fire expanding. And as we allow the flames to burn off any negative energies that life has collected, using this energy to create change. As you think of burning off these negative energies, creating this change by changing unproductive attitudes into positive attitudes, changing the thoughts and feelings of animosity and resentment into love and appreciation. Breathing is the flow of decharging strong emotions, especially within tense situations. Making use of this tool that combines the power of the heart and gut, that allows you to change emotion and physiology right in the middle of a strong reaction, as it redirects your flow into a positive state of being just by slowing and deepening your breath, by deciding to take deep breaths, take that moment to relax the mind and body out of the stressful situation so that you can think clearly, so that you can connect to that other individual if needed, without anger and resentment, finding ways to communicate with positivity, drifting with your breath flow here as you allow a softness to come through the body, allowing yourself to open into deeper connections as you accept change and transformation into limitless possibilities, connecting to our solar plexus of strength, of power. This is your personal power. So take a few moments just to breathe into the solar plexus area, recreating those warm flames that you can bring that warm strength all the way through the body to the fingertips, the toes, the crown of the head, feeling into your personal strength as we come back to our Sankalpa. I am strong and renewed. I am strong and renewed. I am strong and renewed. And again, feeling into that strength of navel, allowing your mind and body to feel renewed with this relaxation. Visualizing the regeneration of all your cells through your breath and energy. Taking these breaths of renewal in and out of the body. Starting to energize your body with this breath of renewal, with this visualization. I am strong and renewed. And as you take these deeper breaths, you're bringing this energy back into the body, back to the focus of the fingertips, the toes, back into movement as we move the head maybe side to side. We're bringing gentle movement slowly back to the body. And as you bring this gentle movement back, once you find that you're back into the room, back into your body, back into this movement, you can start to find a nice stretch overhead, lengthening and stretching through the body. And when you're ready, taking it back to a hug, whether you're taking knees to chest, rounding the back and rocking side to side, or maybe just grabbing shoulders and squeezing, giving yourself that hug. Squeezing, contracting, might hear some snapping and cracking with the bones. You're going to move side to side and then move to one side or the other for your fetal position. Take a moment to relax, take a breath, open the eyes gently, and then press your way back up into our sitting position. And when you're ready, thank you. Yoga Nidra is complete. Om Shanti Shanti. Thank you, Jerry, Paula, and Anna for coming today for all that breath work. And Rue, hope you have a wonderful day now that you've had that breathing. Enjoy your weekend and drink lots of water. Stay safe.